Hello, everyone. Today, again, is a launch of a book that I think we all need to read because it's something that's really important in our life for us to be able to start achieving what we want and achieving our goals. And I love the title and I love the author that is here to share all his knowledge with us, or some of his knowledge and reasons that he's written this book with us today. So welcome, Kane.
Thanks, Susan. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to talk to your audience about the book and what we've been working on.
Fantastic. So Kane is a financial advisor. He's a business owner, an entrepreneur, an author, and a big proponent of giving back. And, anyone that knows us at Dean Publishing, we're always giving back. And I think all businesses should. So we're very aligned in that space. And he, as the founding advisor of the True North Lifestyle, he helps people from all walks of life take control of their finances and build their dream lives. That's what we all want. And we all know that we need money to be able to do that. During high school and after experiencing disruptions at home, including his parents' divorce and mother's cancer diagnosis, Kane continued his education at Boys Town, now Dunley Centre, I think it's called, in Sydney, a secondary school for disadvantaged youths. At Boys Town, he learned important life skills and practiced discipline and routine and formed some of the most critical values. So welcome again, Kane. And if you can share with the audience, it sounds like a really interesting background to then come where you are, but why did you write this book first?
I think that the brilliant introduction I had, I think it summarizes a lot of the history, but, I'm just an average Australian, right? Male, young man that grew up in Australia. I had the mum and dad from the middle class. Unfortunately, parents got divorced, which is quite common these days amongst people. And I've just got my own story, and that story just took me down a bit of a harder path financially when mum was raising 4 kids, and we just sort of then went probably into lower class. Things got a bit harder, and then mum was the backbone of the family, did everything right to support us, put a roof over our heads. She was doing everything from the chauffeur or the Uber driver, they'd say now, to the mum. She was the dad. She was helping with sport. She was the breadwinner. So she was holding the house together with 4 kids by herself. 3 of those were males, and our sister out of the boys. So it was quite tough. And, things got hard. And especially when she got diagnosed with cancer, it was stage 4 cancer, and it was pretty severe. So that really threw our household out of whack from a financial point of view and structure. And I didn't have parents that were in sort of white collar jobs or professions. So the household dinner time in our household wasn't talking about university or career progression. It was literally survival half the time, and it was a little bit disruptive. And for me, going to Boys Town when I left the school system was a bit problematic. The system wasn't designed to cater for kids with problems at home, I'd say, or adversities, and they're under-resourced and underpaid. So the school system, it's not the teachers, right, that I want to sort of point out, but it didn't work for me. And I think there's plenty of people that feel they don't fit in the system. So long story short, I found books, and books are a great mentor for me, and access to information for such a small amount of money. I could get access to business owners, entrepreneurs, financial, inspirational people like Robert Kiyosaki, Warren Buffett, Ray Dalio. Then I read the Tony Robbins books, and I just got these mentors that I felt like that were in my room with me at a young age, in my late teens, that really guided me and helped me start to make better decisions. And it was obviously a tough journey, but without books, I wouldn't have been able to do it. So for me, it's like giving back to the book and the cause of the story to hopefully help someone else. And furthermore, give back to maybe more troubled youths in some way.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I come from a youth worker background, for those that don't know, and I worked with a lot of, at the time they were called the wards of the state, and they couldn't live at home, and a very high risk unit. And, sometimes our mentors aren't found in the family home. Our mentors are someone that we need to go outside of maybe our friends and family and find mentors to help guide us. And I think you're 100% spot on. Everyone can afford a book. And even if you can't go to a library, Go and sit and read. I think it was Anthony Robbins that actually mentioned he used to go to a library and get the books and read the books before he could afford them. So that's why I do what I do, because I believe that by putting all your knowledge in a book, it really gives someone, anybody, affordability to get your knowledge and all of your story and triumph. And this is the book here, amazing book here. I love it when it says, find your true north, a true story of struggle that will guide you to plan and create your dream life, no matter who you are. I love that. Tell me a bit about finding your true north and what that means to you that you want others to understand.
Yeah. Yeah, look, the name actually resonates with our business to a True North Lifestyle and True North Academy. So for me, finding my True North was eventually when I turned my life around and started to find some successes, and I kept, progressing to a higher level. And I was probably about 27 and landed a successful partnership in a large firm as a financial planner. And I had all this money, and I had the blue suit with the red tie, the power look, and I thought that would solve all my problems. But what I really found, I was helping wealthy people with money working at a big practice, and the middle class and lower class, like my mother and my parents when they were together, couldn't afford the advice, and they couldn't afford the information they needed to help progress their lives and help create a better future of what we call financial freedom. So hit a roadblock in my life, and my mum had the leader dropped off at a house one day, local paper, and a lady that I worked in PCYC with as a police liaison officer was doing these programs that helped me when I was like 12 and 13. And the programs have evolved. And I just had this epiphany one day at work, and I was sitting there just thinking, this is not me. This is not what I wanted. I still felt miserable and empty. And I think we've sold this dream with society and the conditioning that we have of comparison or who we should be, not who we really want to be. And I had this realization that hit me that I actually wanted to give back. I wanted to do more for the middle and lower class and the average Australian like me, that kid, that young boy, young girl trying to find their dream, but just doesn't know where to find the next step. And for me, that was me following my true north. And I landed this job where if I just kept my mouth shut, I would have took over this multi-million-dollar practice as the first family owner, shareholder, and partner to the business. It might have taken me 10 years, but it was a very large business, and I was first in line to transition that. But I chose to fulfill a purpose and follow something meaningful over the money, but I still felt I could make money with what I learned up until that date. And that was when I went and founded True North Lifestyle as a financial planning business. And then we got into, trying to make advice more affordable. And then that's led into the book and accessing more people through that knowledge. And then the online programs that we've done now to have like a middle tier that's more affordable for people that want to sort of self-learn financial literacy.
It's just amazing. And because if you're educated around your wealth, it doesn't matter what you're earning. The point is you can create a better life for yourself. But like you said, being able to have that knowledge and that education that you're sharing allows people to set goals as well and achieve some of the dreams, because success is only what you create, what you decide for yourself. And I think passion and purpose is by far more rewarding and successful than, someone that's earning extraordinary money and they're miserable. But the same goes with goals. We've all got different goals. The goals might be that we want to save up and take our children for a trip to the Gold Coast, to the theme parks, and somebody else might want to take them over to Disneyland. It doesn't mean that one goal is better than the other. It's everyone's personal goals. And I love that you're doing the book, you're doing the course, you've got workbooks that also come in to help support people so that they feel really that they're taking charge of their own finances and they're workshopping this. This isn't just about your story, and your story is, amazing. You need to buy the book to read everything, but you go through and you guide people and you give them that inspiration that they can do it too. And tell me a bit about that. What are people going to get out of the book for themselves, no matter where they are?
Well, yeah, the book's based on my story, and I don't really want to talk about myself in the book, but it's just sharing insights that, you can actually overcome adversities. You can come from being handicapped at the start of the life. And we all have a story, and we've all had things that have happened to us along the way. And if you've been on the planet long enough, you've got to come across something that's got to knock you around and, put a bit of weight on your shoulders. So the book's really trying to frame that there's a mindset, there's a self-belief that you need to take on first. You need to perceive the reality can be better. You need to get the right people around you. It talks about, researched backed papers in the book about mindset and how goal setting is important, and discipline and behaviors, and how to retrain the brain to build the right behaviors and building healthy habits. I talk about health. I talk about, drive. There's a little bit of finance, but I think the core thing is, like you said, believing in yourself, believing that there's something better for me, what that passion or purpose is, pursuing that, and just establishing goals and taking control of things. And money is a byproduct of supporting the path for you to creating the life you want. And that's if you want to quit your 9-to-5 corporate job and go and start a florist because you've always passionate about it, and giving you the tools and tips around mindset, strategy, goal setting to actually take that action. And that's really what's in the book, of just sharing my insights and key takeaway facts that I've learned at each chapter of my life as I transitioned, and then packaging up all that knowledge to hand it over to someone and say, you can do it too. I'm no different to anyone else. I'm just another Australian, another person that just made decisions and just was able to turn my life around.
Beautiful. Well, we do thank you for sharing your knowledge and really including everybody to, like I said, this is a jam-packed book here that has so much knowledge inside of it, and you get a little bit of inspiration like we all do from a story. We learn from story because it gives us that ability to say, well, if he can do it, maybe I can too, which I absolutely love, and why we encourage people to not just share their knowledge, but share their story so people can come on the journey with you. And I know that they can go to kanehansen.com.au and find out more about purchasing your book. We'll put the link below as well, but go and grab your copy. Purchase a copy and give it to one of your children, your niece, your nephew. Give it to other people that may benefit from wherever they are at. It's about where do they want to go? What's their next goal? So go and grab your book. There'll be opportunities for you to connect with Kane and find out about his online courses and other things he does, so that you can really inspire, find your own true north and create the life of your dreams. Is there anything else you wanted to leave the listeners with today?
No, I think that was perfect, Susan. I appreciate being on the call with you and being able to talk to everyone. And I really hope the book just changes one person's life. And we are doing a bit of a book launch with some of the proceeds of the book. We are going to give back to youth at risk programs and organisations. We haven't picked a specific one. We're even thinking after the first 24, 48 hours of the book launch to make it a lifetime thing where we give back maybe not the full proceeds, but profits, just so we can make it more sustainable long-term and help more kids in that cause. So it's going back to a good cause, helping obviously the readers and helping young Australians that are the future of tomorrow.
Love it. Thank you so much, Kane.
Thanks.
Bye for now.